What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. As Adam Silver remains in the news, guys, this time is for the WNBA, as he is under fire for saying something that completely makes sense to me. Although Adam Silver is one of the weakest commissioners I've ever come across, Kathy Engelbert does not fall far from the tree. And we know, based off of the title, guys, that this is in regards of the WNBA collective bargaining agreement. These women obviously operate under delusion and still are unaware of the impact that they are just now starting to have. In my opinion, they had none of this before you know who showed up, and we're going to get into that and discuss more. Now, in this video, guys, you're going to hear a lot from Terry Carmichael Jackson here. She's a WNBA executive, and she definitely is operating under the same delusion as these women. She's supposed to be the spokesperson. Now, it starts off, the WNBA and Women's National Basketball Players Association remain at odds with current collective bargaining agreements set to expire at the end of this month. Now, we do know, guys, at some point that this was extended because they were at odds, stemming all the way from the WNBA All-Star game when they wore those shirts, "Pay us what you owe us." These negotiations were pretty much pointless, as the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, apparently, if I remember correctly, just showed up at the meeting for about 10 minutes and walked out, and she had very little feedback because she's laughing at these women because they think that them teaming up, they think that them all, I guess, huddling up was going to sway I guess they thought that this was going to sway the WNBA commissioner to pretty much break, and that has not been the case. And these women are still mad. As it goes on, from the WNBPA executive director Terry Carmichael Jackson, she issued a fire response in the wake of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's recent comments regarding revenue, and she didn't like the fact that he said that share isn't the right way to look at it. Now, before we even get into what she's taking the wrong way, let's look at the words that Adam Silver said here. Share isn't the right way to look at it. In my opinion, guys, these women want to have the revenue share as if they have been thriving for 10 or 15 years straight, and they have been on the up and up for those 10 to 15 years straight, when we know that this league is up and down, up and down. It's not enough consistency. And let's be honest, guys, the players turn off a lot of the casual viewers, especially when it came to the mishandling, let's just be honest, of Caitlin Clark. So if this league never thrives, they only cause this on themselves by being jealous, ignorant, and immature. It says here, when the players opted out about a year ago, they made it very clear they wanted a salary system that values their labor and allows them to grow with business they are very clearly driving. See, this is where things get misconstrued when you say stuff like they are very clearly driving. Let's be honest, okay? This league has been around for what, 25, 26 years? Yes, or something like that, guys. You guys let me know in the comment section. It may or may not have been longer. But guys, this league has been a failed league. The players aren't as talented as obviously men in the NBA. The attitudes are terrible. They had a product in Caitlin Clark that was supposed to be the tide that lifted all the ships. But guess what, guys? They have squandered this, and who knows if the casual viewer will even come back after the season that Caitlin Clark had where she was sidelined. So with all of this they talk, there are just select individuals. I mean, I get it. Cheryl Swoops thinks that she was one of the ones. We've had legends. We've had Candace Parkers. We had the Lisa Leslies, the Sue Birds. So much talent has come and gone throughout the WNBA, but there has not been a driving force like the chick right here on the screen next to Adam Silver and Caitlin Clark. Let's just be honest. It goes on to say, as Jackson provided a statement to the Post and other outlets, the league's response has been to run out the clock, put lipstick on a pig, and retread a system that isn't tied to any part of business and intentionally undervalues the players. The fact that the league now wants to call any part of its proposal uncapped is precisely why its leadership, transparency, and accountability are being challenged right now. And yes, they are being challenged right now. Nafesia Collar challenged her. The star of the Minnesota Lynx challenged Kathy Engelberg. We saw their press conference. She went viral for the way she exposed Kathy Engelberg. The only thing I lost respect for is that when Kathy Engelberg was willing to sit down with her, she did not want to talk. It's almost like she threw a rock and hit her hand publicly. But I went on record and said that I believe Nafesia Collar was just trying to muddy the waters with the WNBA, cause tension so that her league can thrive and players will join the unrivaled league. That's just my take, though. What do I know? She goes on to say the comprehensive proposals we have made to the players include a revenue sharing component that would result in the players' compensation increasing as league revenue increases without any cap on the upside. It's frustrating and counterproductive for the union to be making misrepresentations about our proposals while also accusing the league of engaging in delay. That is simply not true. How do these players want revenue increases and to share that when they don't have a trajectory? They don't have a blueprint that has been set in stone long enough for them to see the results. Okay, guys? When you start a business, you don't immediately see results right away. It typically takes a few years for most and for many to see those results, for you to start really capitalizing off of everything you've poured into it. And these women, although Adam Silver keeps saying, you guys are going to get paid. You're not about to be paid like NBA players. You guys just aren't there yet. This product isn't that. You aren't that. And they don't like rejections. But what woman does? Now, as we move on to the part that has these women very, very uptight right now because of what Adam Silver said about sharing. In this passage here, it says, after the Lynx season ended, Nafesia Collar, of course, put Engelbert on blast. And this is where Adam Silver is saying the relationship between the WNBA players and league leadership has become too personal. And I echo this because Kathy Engelbert, for some reason, who thought that these women were her friends, they are not your friends. The majority of them are racist, in my opinion. Kathy Engelbert is trying to show up and just smile and give these players what they want. Even if it means sacrificing Caitlin Clark and allowing these players to beat up on her to get the attention off of her, which is what I think she did, it still backfired. These players are not your friends. They honestly work for you. And Nafesia Collar, who is a double agent in my opinion, she should not even be allowed to have a whole freaking startup league outside of the WNBA. That is clearly a conflict of interest, a clear-cut conflict of interest that Kathy Engelbert has not put her foot down. So yes, this is too personal. She wants to be friends with them, and now she got stabbed in her back. As Adam Silver sat down with NBC's Today, this is what he said. Yes, I mean, I think share isn't the right way to look at it because there is so much more revenue in the NBA. I mean, obviously, guys, duh. I think you should also look at absolute numbers in terms of what they're making, and they're going to get a big increase in this cycle of collective bargaining, and they deserve it. Now, how is this not good enough for these women? It's crazy because if social media wasn't around, they would sign that CBA with their eyes closed. If social media wasn't around to race bait everything, these women would have been caved in and signed the collective bargaining agreement. It is because we live in a time now where everybody has a voice, everybody wants to be heard, and things can be misconstrued. Outlets can take a sound bite and make it sound horribly negative and racist. And I think that a lot of businessmen and businesswomen, they don't like to be tied up in that stuff, man. At the end of the day, sure isn't the right way to look at it because you guys have not done what the men in the NBA have done. Trust me. You don't think Bill Russell, all those great legends in the NBA wanted millions of dollars right away? No, they understood the bigger cause. They understood how this thing could benefit and how they could benefit if they just put their heads down, be quiet, and work together for a greater cause. And this is why this league will not sustain. Yes, they can try it, They can go for a lockout, but will it even freaking matter? Will they be able to bounce back? Will they be able to return? Will this league ever be as hype as it is now, especially with Caitlin Clark in the season she had being sidelined? I think not. Even though I think Adam Silver is a complete loser, he is not out of pocket here. Okay, I gotta side with what's right, and he is telling the absolute truth. You guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.